Listen carefully, and don't let a single word slip past you. Most people move through life half asleep, shackled by distraction, sedated by comfort, and controlled by impulses they don't even recognize. They drift, they hope, they wait. But power doesn't belong to the ones who wait. Power belongs to the ones who wake up. Right now, you are standing at the threshold between who you were and who you must become. Machiavelli understood this better than anyone. Those who see reality with brutal clarity dominate those who hide behind illusions. And the truth is simple. Your problems aren't personal. They're diagnostic, signals, indicators, exposing where you've been asleep at the wheel. You want to fix 93% of your problems. Start with the root, your mind, your discipline, your emotional grip on yourself. Because every external battle is merely the echo of an internal one. If you win the war inside, the world outside bends. If you lose it, everything becomes heavier, darker, harder than it needs to be. This is the moment you stop being the hunted and become the strategist, the one who watches, the one who calculates, the one who acts with cold precision. If you're ready, type in the comments, "My mind is my fortress." Section 1. The Ruthless Self-Audit. Before you build power, you must confront the version of yourself that kept you weak. This is the part most men avoid, the cold, unfiltered assessment of who they truly are. But Machiavelli knew a ruler who cannot rule himself is doomed to be ruled by others. So strip away the excuses. The world doesn't respond to intentions. It responds to competence, clarity, and force. Look at your life like a strategist surveying a map of a failing kingdom. Where are the leaks? Where is the chaos? Where is the weakness pretending to be strength? Your habits reveal your future. Your discipline reveals your value. Your reactions reveal your emotional control, or lack of it. This self-audit is not meant to make you comfortable. It's meant to make you dangerous. Because the moment you acknowledge your flaws without flinching, you rob them of their power. You must become the kind of man who sees himself with surgical precision. No delusion, no softness, no distortion. A mind like ice, a will like iron. If you're ready to face yourself with absolute honesty, comment this phrase right now. I see myself clearly. Say it with conviction. Then prepare for the next transformation. Section 2. The Law of Controlled Emotion. Power isn't won by the loudest voice, the quickest reaction, or the strongest punch. Power is won by the one who feels deeply but shows nothing. Understand this. Emotion is fuel, but uncontrolled emotion is a weapon turned inward. This is where most people fall. They get triggered, they get baited, they get pulled into battles beneath their level. Machiavelli understood a truth most men never master. He who controls his emotions controls the outcomes. You must become the strategist, calm, calculating, unreadable. When others break, you stay steady. When others panic, you analyze. When others lash out, you observe. Coldness is not cruelty. Coldness is clarity. It's the ability to think while others drown in their own reactions. When you stop being reactive, 93% of the problems that used to crush you suddenly become irrelevant. People lose their ability to manipulate you. Drama stops finding you. Your decisions sharpen. Your influence grows. This isn't suppression. It's command. A warrior does not throw away his sword because it's sharp. He masters it. Your emotions are the same. Anger can become discipline. Fear can become foresight. Pain can become strategy. Control your emotions and you become untouchable. Lose control and the world plays you like a violin. So from this moment on, treat your feelings like signals, not instructions. You decide your next move, not your impulses, not your fears, not your ego. If you're ready to rise above the noise and operate with the icy precision of a true strategist, write this in the comments. I command myself. Say it with intention, because from here on, you're not reacting to life. You're directing it. Section 3. The Strategic Withdrawal. Most people think strength is proven by constant engagement, arguing, explaining, defending, reacting, proving. But that's not strength. That's insecurity dressed as effort. The powerful understand a deeper law. You gain more by stepping back than by charging forward. Strategic withdrawal is not retreat, it is positioning. It is leverage. It is choosing the battlefield where your victory is undeniable. Machiavelli wrote that a ruler should never fight on ground he does not control. Yet people today argue in comment sections, debate with fools, defend themselves to cowards, and exhaust their energy fighting battles that don't elevate them. If it doesn't advance your mission, you withdraw. If it drains your focus, you withdraw. If it feeds someone else's ego instead of your purpose, you withdraw. Not out of fear, out of dominance. Understand this. Silence is a weapon. Distance is a strategy. Absence is leverage. When you stop being available to every noise, your value rises. People notice when you disappear because your presence becomes an event, not a habit. This is how you shift power dynamics without saying a word. Strategic withdrawal also applies to your internal world. Retreat from the emotions that demand instant reaction. Retreat from impulses that want to hijack your thinking. Retreat from the noise inside your mind until only clarity remains. You are not running, you are resetting, recalibrating, watching the board from above while others chase pieces blindly. The person who knows when to not respond controls the conversation. The person who knows when to walk away controls the relationship. The person who knows when to stay silent controls the narrative. This is how 93% of your problems dissolve, not by overpowering them directly, but by refusing to feed them energy. Your time, your attention, and your focus are currency. Spend them only where return is guaranteed. From today onward, you step back with intention, not emotion. You observe before you act, you calculate before you commit, and you strike only when the outcome is already yours. If you understand the power of choosing your battles, comment this phrase below: I choose my battlefield. Say it, claim it, and prepare. Because Section 4 takes you deeper into the architecture of power. Section 4. The power of selective association. Your environment is not neutral. Your circle is not harmless. Every person in your life is either sharpening you or dulling you, elevating you or draining you, aligning with your mission or sabotaging it quietly in the background. Machiavelli understood this with ruthless clarity. A leader's strength is measured by the strength of those he surrounds himself with. And yet most people allow anyone into their life. Any energy, any mindset, any chaos, any weakness, but not you, not anymore. From this point forward, your associations must be strategic, not sentimental. You must evaluate people, not by how long you've known them, but by how they influence your trajectory. Does their presence sharpen your ambition or suffocate it? Do their conversations expand your mind or deaden it? Do they challenge your excuses or enable them? Understand this law: mediocre company normalizes mediocre living. Weak people normalize weakness. Undisciplined people normalize laziness, and before you realize it, you've adopted their habits, their pace, their mindset. The invisible infection of proximity. Selective association is how you guard your ambition like a kingdom under siege. It means letting go of people who refuse to grow. It means distancing yourself from those who drain your focus with their drama. It means removing anyone who takes more than they give. You don't need a crowd, you need a fortress. A tight, intentional circle built on discipline, ambition, loyalty, and self-respect. And here's the psychological truth most never grasp. When you elevate your standards, you automatically elevate the quality of those around you. The wrong people will exit your life naturally because your new mindset will make them uncomfortable. Good. Let them go. Their departure is not a loss. It's filtration. The right individuals, those who live with fire, purpose, and self-control, will recognize your evolution and gravitate toward it. Power attracts power. Focus attracts focus. Discipline attracts discipline. You are crafting an environment where your growth is inevitable, where distractions die, where fear has no oxygen, where weakness cannot survive. If you understand the value of guarding your circle like a fortress, comment this phrase: my circle shapes my destiny. Say it. Stand by it. Section 5. The discipline of relentless self-mastery. Mastery isn't an accident. It's not something you stumble into, inherit, or discover by chance. Mastery is engineered through decisions, through habits, through the daily war between your potential and your excuses. Understand this. Most people want a powerful life, while living with powerless discipline. They demand results their habits can't produce. They expect growth without sacrifice. They worship comfort and wonder why their life feels small. But you're not here for comfort. You're here for power. And power demands self-mastery. Machiavelli believed that a ruler must first conquer himself, his impulses, his desires, his weaknesses, before he could ever hope to conquer anything external. This is where the real battle lies. Self-mastery isn't glamorous. It's not loud. It's not the highlight reel you post online. Self-mastery is waking up when your feelings want you asleep. It's working when no one is watching. It's saying no when your impulses scream yes. It's choosing structure over chaos, order over ease, long-term victory over short-term pleasure. It is discipline repeated until it becomes identity. Your body, your mind, your time, these are your domains, and you are either governing them ruthlessly or allowing them to fall into disorder. Look at your habits, your sleep, your diet, your routines, your screen time, your goals. Whether you admit it or not, these are the building blocks of your destiny. Every choice, no matter how small, pushes you closer to strength or closer to decay. You think skipping one day doesn't matter? It matters, because identity is formed in the small decisions, the silent ones, the unnoticed ones, the uncelebrated ones. Most people rely on motivation, and that's why they fail. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. Motivation fades. Discipline compounds. You don't rise to the level of your ambitions. You fall to the level of your habits. Self-mastery means you become the architect of your future, not its victim. You eliminate distractions with precision. You treat your time as sacred. You develop routines that hardwire strength into your days. You push your limits because growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. It happens in friction, in resistance, in discomfort. You become the kind of individual whose presence speaks before their mouth does. Because mastery radiates. People feel it. Opportunities recognize it. Life bends to it. And here's the truth. Once you show yourself what you're capable of, you can never unknow it. Your old life becomes too small. Your old habits become unacceptable. Your old excuses become transparent. This is the power of self-mastery. It transforms the possible into the inevitable. If you're ready to claim this path, comment this phrase below. I master myself, therefore I rise. Say it with conviction. Section 6. The art of calculated adaptation. Rigidity destroys the powerful. In a world that shifts by the hour, the man who refuses to adapt becomes prey, predictable, vulnerable, easy to manipulate. But the man who adapts with calculation becomes untouchable. This is a principle Machiavelli understood with brutal precision. The one who survives is the one who bends without breaking, shifts without losing direction, and evolves without losing identity. Adaptation is not weakness. Adaptation is strategy. It is intelligence in motion. It is power that adjusts, recalibrates, and repositions itself with purpose. Look at nature. The strongest tree is not the one that resists the wind. It's the one that curves with it, absorbs it, and rises again once the storm passes. Meanwhile, the rigid branches snap. Life works the same way. But here's what most people get wrong. They think adaptation means compromise. They think it means surrender. They think it means abandoning their principles. Calculated adaptation means remaining loyal to your mission while shifting your method. It means adjusting your tactics, not your values. Your aim stays the same. Your approach evolves as required. Let's talk about the practical side of this. You will face obstacles, unexpected losses, delayed outcomes, opportunities that vanish as quickly as they appeared. People who change, betray, evolve, or disappear. Moments where your plan collapses. Most people panic. They freeze. They crumble under the pressure of, this wasn't supposed to happen. Not you. Not anymore. Because a strategist never clings to a single path. He always keeps alternatives. He always anticipates variables. He always preserves mental flexibility in the face of pressure. This is where your power grows. When you can shift without losing momentum. When you can change course without losing confidence. When you can face uncertainty with logic instead of fear. Your ability to adapt determines the size of the battlefield you can win on. Inflexible men win small fights. Adaptive men win empires. Adaptation also applies to your psychology. There will be days when your energy is low, when motivation is dead, when doubt enters through the cracks. Instead of forcing yourself into a single, rigid mode, you adapt. You optimize instead of surrendering. You adjust instead of collapsing. You move forward in a different way, but you still move forward. Some days you conquer with force. Other days you conquer with patience. Both are victories. Adaptation also applies to people. Some individuals can be allies. Others require distance. Some must be guided. Others must be ignored. Some must be watched carefully. Others must be removed decisively. A powerful man reads people like maps, studying the terrain, the risks, the incentives, the weaknesses, the patterns. He adjusts his behavior based on what the situation demands, not what his ego wants. Cold psychology is simple. You respond to reality, not your fantasy of it. You operate based on truth, not preference. You adapt because staying the same is a luxury the powerful cannot afford. Let this sink in. A flexible mind is unbreakable. A rigid mind shatters under pressure. Your adaptability is your armor. Your adaptability is your weapon. Your adaptability is what makes you unpredictable, unreadable, and unstoppable. If you understand the power of evolving with precision, comment this phrase right now: I adapt with purpose. Section 7. The currency of invisible power. Power that can be seen is power that can be challenged, envied, or attacked. But invisible power, the kind that operates beneath the surface, the kind no one can measure, predict, or fully understand, that is the power that shapes outcomes without exposing its source. And this is the power you must learn to wield if you want to become untouchable. Invisible power begins with silence. Not passive silence, but strategic silence. Silence that withholds information, protects your intentions, and forces others to reveal themselves first. When you speak less, people speculate more. When you reveal nothing, people project everything. And the less they know, the less they can use. Next comes unpredictability. Predictable men are easy to manipulate, easy to read, easy to contain. But when you move with precision and subtle variation, when your actions follow patterns only you understand, you disrupt the psychological footing of everyone around you. People fear what they cannot predict and respect what they cannot control. Another pillar of invisible power is selective disclosure. Never give people the full map of your mind. Share only what aligns with your goals. Every word you release should serve a purpose, positioning you, protecting you, or pushing a situation in your favor. The rest remains hidden, locked away behind discipline and strategic restraint. Then comes emotional opacity, the ability to feel deeply yet reveal nothing. A calm face is a shield. A neutral tone is armor. When people cannot gauge your emotional state, they cannot craft strategies against you. They cannot manipulate you. They cannot anticipate your next move. Invisible power also thrives on observation. While others rush into rooms trying to be noticed, you enter quietly, study everything, and store details others overlook. Knowledge harvested in silence becomes leverage later. You cannot predict outcomes if you do not first understand the terrain, the players, the incentives, and the weaknesses at the table. Another component is influence without ownership. Guide decisions without appearing to. Plant ideas without claiming them. Shape direction without demanding credit. When others believe the movement was their idea, resistance disappears. You must also cultivate controlled presence. Show up rarely, but with impact. Speak little, but with weight. Act strategically, not reactively. The less frequently you exert force, the more powerful that force becomes when you use it. Finally, invisible power requires internal stability, a mind that cannot be shaken, a purpose that cannot be hijacked, and a self-worth that does not rely on external validation. When you no longer seek recognition, you stop giving others the power to grant or withhold it. Remember this: invisible power does not mean inactive power. You are not hiding, you are positioning. You operate like a shadow architect, constructing influence indirectly, shaping momentum through subtle pressure, guiding outcomes while others think events are unfolding naturally. This form of power is harder to detect, harder to oppose, and harder to destroy. It survives storms, outlasts opposition, and strengthens with time, because no one can attack what they cannot identify. When you master this, You rise above petty conflicts, emotional traps, and predictable reactions. You stop broadcasting your intentions and start executing them. You stop seeking approval and start commanding results. And most importantly, you stop playing the visible game everyone else is obsessed with and start playing the hidden game that actually determines who wins. Master this discipline, and you will move through the world with an authority others can feel but never trace or understand. If you understand that true dominance is quiet, subtle, and deliberate, comment this phrase below: "My power moves unseen." Section 8. The Fortress of Radical Self-Reliance. There is a moment in every person's life when they finally understand that no one is coming to save them. No mentor, no friend, no partner, no institution, no miracle. And in that moment, a brutal truth becomes clear. The foundation of all power, all stability, all dominance is radical self-reliance. Not isolation, but sovereignty. Not loneliness, but authority over your own life. Most people crumble because they outsource their strength. They rely on validation to feel confident, on motivation to feel driven, on others to feel secure, and on circumstances to feel hopeful. But when your internal world depends on external conditions, you become breakable, you become reactive, you become vulnerable to the slightest shift in the environment. Self-reliance means you generate your own momentum, you build your own confidence, you create your own security, you become a source instead of a seeker. When you no longer depend on anyone to push you, praise you, or rescue you, you become unstoppable because nothing can be taken from you. Machiavelli understood that rulers lose power the moment they rely too heavily on alliances, favors, or external forces. Strength borrowed is strength that can be withdrawn, but strength cultivated internally is permanent, immune to betrayal, and immune to uncertainty. To build radical self-reliance, you must first silence the voice that waits for permission. No one is coming to approve your goals. No one is coming to guarantee your success. No one is coming to reassure you when doubt creeps in. You are the one who must decide, act, and commit. Next, you must build a discipline that functions regardless of emotion. Discipline is not about feeling ready, it's about acting because the mission demands it. When you become the type of person who executes without needing emotional permission, you separate yourself from the masses instantly. The world bends for the disciplined. Another pillar of self-reliance is problem-solving. Powerful individuals don't complain, they analyze. They break challenges down into components, identify leverage points, and take action. They refuse to be paralyzed by size or complexity. They know that every problem has a pressure point, and finding it is a matter of focus, not luck. Self-reliance also requires emotional regulation. When your emotions are under your command, no one can weaponize them against you. Anger becomes a tool. Fear becomes information. Doubt becomes a signal. You stop being ruled by feelings and start using them strategically. And then comes financial autonomy, the ability to sustain yourself without depending on unstable external sources. Money is not just currency. It is insulation. It gives you the freedom to walk away, the freedom to choose, the freedom to refuse. Financial dependence is one of the most common chains people place on themselves, often voluntarily. Finally, radical self-reliance requires a mindset that refuses victimhood. You don't blame circumstances. You don't blame people. You don't blame the past. You take ownership of your destiny fully, brutally, unapologetically. Responsibility is not a burden, it is leverage. When you master self-reliance, your energy changes. People sense your stability. They feel your independence. They know you cannot be controlled, manipulated, or derailed because you do not lean on anyone for your sense of direction. You become the calm in the storm, the grounded presence others instinctively respect, and the individual whose life is shaped by intention instead of chaos. And here is the final truth you must absorb. Self-reliance does not mean rejecting support. It means never being dependent on it. You can collaborate, but you do not collapse without collaboration. You can love, but you do not crumble without love. You can work with others, but your identity, direction, and destiny remain yours alone. When your foundation is internal, everything external becomes optional, never essential. This shifts your psychology permanently. You stop chasing approval because you approve yourself first. You stop waiting for certainty because you generate it. You stop needing reassurance because you provide it. This is the height of inner strength. If you understand that true power begins within and expands outward, comment this phrase right now: I stand on my own power. Section 9. The calculated use of fear and respect. Power is not only what you command, it is what others feel in your presence. And the most potent mixture a man can cultivate is the combination of fear and respect. Too often, people mistake popularity for power. They chase affection, approval, or likability, thinking it will shield them from challenges. But Machiavelli made it clear, it is far safer to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Not cruelty for its own sake, but calculated fear, the kind that commands attention, obedience, and caution without generating blind hatred. Fear is a signal. Fear teaches people boundaries. Fear ensures compliance without endless supervision. Respect, on the other hand, reinforces authority and establishes legitimacy. Respect is earned through competence, consistency, and the unwavering execution of your word. When you blend fear and respect, you create a presence that is untouchable. People will think twice before crossing you, while simultaneously recognizing your ability to lead, strategize, and protect those who follow. This balance is delicate. Lean too heavily on fear, and you generate resentment and secret rebellion. Lean too heavily on respect, and people may exploit your goodwill, test your limits, or take your compliance for weakness. The solution is constant calibration. Act decisively, demonstrate competence, and reward loyalty, but punish betrayals swiftly, visibly, and without hesitation. Every action must reinforce your position as the center of control. Observe those around you constantly. Human nature is predictable if studied correctly. People fear loss, failure, rejection, and exposure. They respect skill, courage, and decisiveness. By aligning your actions with these universal truths, you manipulate perception without deception. You let people feel the consequences of underestimating you, while subtly demonstrating the advantages of alliance. Psychologically, fear sharpens attention and respect increases loyalty. Use them together. The man who is feared and respected commands situations before they unfold. Others act cautiously. Your words carry weight, and your influence spreads invisibly. Your reputation becomes a silent army working on your behalf, shaping behavior without intervention. However, mastery of this principle requires restraint. Do not seek fear for vanity or momentary thrill. Do not demand respect through entitlement. Both must be earned through measured, deliberate actions. Show that you can destroy or uplift in equal measure, and people will calculate their approach to you carefully. This is how authority becomes automatic. Fear and respect extend beyond people. They extend to circumstances, challenges, and obstacles. When you operate with confidence, clarity, and control, life itself begins to defer to you. Situations that would destabilize others become manageable because you have established a psychological dominance over yourself first. External control flows from internal mastery. Understand also that fear and respect are not static. They must be maintained constantly. One lapse in discipline, one compromise of principle, one moment of indecision, and they erode. Regularly reassess how others perceive you. Adjust your strategy. Reassert boundaries. Reclaim influence when necessary. Authority, like power, is never permanent. It must be continuously earned, defended, and displayed. Do not confuse intimidation with fear. Intimidation is external and often temporary. Fear born of competence, consistency, and strategic dominance is internalized. It lives in the minds of others and influences behavior long after you have left the room. This is subtlety at its finest. Combine fear and respect with patience. Do not act rashly to display power. Let perception grow over time, amplified by consistent results. When people see that your actions are deliberate, they internalize a dual truth. You are not to be underestimated, and your approval or sanction matters. This internalized understanding becomes leverage in negotiations, alliances, and conflicts. And never forget the final layer: moral authority within your sphere. Even the most feared man loses relevance if he lacks a code, a principle, a structure that others can recognize as just or inevitable. Fear without structure becomes tyranny. Respect without consequence becomes meaningless. The perfect balance is a disciplined, calculated, invisible framework where fear and respect coexist. Strength tempered by strategy, intimidation balanced by legitimacy. If you grasp the mechanics of commanding both fear and respect, comment this phrase now. I am feared and respected. Say it aloud. Internalize it. Let it guide your interactions. Because once mastered, this principle ensures that no one moves without considering your influence, no one challenges without anticipating consequences, and no situation unfolds without your silent dominion shaping its path. This is the architecture of untouchable power. Section 10. The mastery of momentum. Power without momentum is wasted energy. Knowledge without action is vanity. Strategy without execution is irrelevant. The final lesson, the one that ties every previous principle together, is simple. Create and sustain unstoppable momentum. Momentum begins internally. Your discipline, self-reliance, emotional control, and adaptability are the engine. Each action, no matter how small, adds fuel. Each decision executed decisively compounds. Momentum is built in silence, in routine, in consistent mastery over yourself. Once internal momentum exists, it radiates outward, shaping every interaction, every negotiation, every conflict, every opportunity. Externally, momentum becomes leverage. People follow those moving forward. Circumstances bend to those advancing relentlessly. Obstacles collapse before those unwilling to pause. Fear and respect amplify momentum because others cannot match a man who never stops advancing. But momentum must be protected. Avoid distraction, hesitation, and indecision. Guard your energy and your focus as if your life depends on it, because it does. Let momentum become your silent weapon, your invisible influence, your permanent advantage. Comment this phrase now if you're ready to claim unstoppable momentum. I move with unstoppable force. Say it, feel it, and act. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Your journey to becoming untouchable starts now. Mental Fort.